Falchagou Gali Antur.
Bienvenue à votre émission de musique celtique, écossaise et irlandaise. Avec vos animateurs
Le quartier maître Bruce Sinclair.
et la cartographe Margaret McLennan.
Vous y entendrez de la musique, mais aussi des petites capsules culturelles, des rires et des foleries.
Et naturellement, n'oubliez surtout pas de préparer votre chope, car nous aurons notre traditionnel toast, bien entendu.
Alors, montez le volume, asseyez-vous confortablement. Votre émission hebdomadaire commence maintenant.
Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue à une autre émission du Gali Antur. Émission vacances, émission repos. Ouais, bon, façon de parler. Alors, ce soir, musique, mur à mur. Profitez-en, asseyez-vous sur votre divan, en Sonia. Essayez de ne pas vous endormir et écoutez. Il n'y aura pas de blabla, sauf le blabla que vous voudrez bien faire entre vous. Bien entendu, sur le chat. Moi, pendant ce temps-là, je travaille sur ma remorque que je suis en train de réparer et de remettre à neuf avant de reprendre la route pour d'autres événements. Donc, profitez du moment et écoutez de la bonne musique et profitez de la belle température. Parce que là, actuellement, il était supposé mouiller, il ne mouille pas, on en profite. Fait que sur ce, je vous envoie de la musique, je vous souhaite une très bonne soirée. Profitez-en, c'est pour vous.
Sailing through the wild storm on the Gali Antur, we go with Bruce Sinclair and Margaret McLennan. Tales of seas they sow, battling the waves that crash, brave hearts beating fast, adventures on this ship, stories that will forever last. From the shores of old Scotland to the lands across the sea, the Gali Antur takes us where no one else would be. From pirates and sea monsters to treasure buried deep, Bruce and Margaret fearlessly sail with secrets they will keep. Oh, the Gali Antur, a vessel so grand with Bruce and Margaret, sailing hand in hand they sing of epic sails and the oceans they roll, the legends of the sea, forever our hearts
Dans le grand Saint-Laurent, près de la pointe au Père, un grand bateau enseveli sous la mer. Parti de Québec, direction l'Angleterre, dernier voyage, il n'a pas touché terre. La mer vient toujours chercher les hommes qui voudraient la dompter. Dans la nuit, parfois elle se dresse, comme le soir où elle a pris l'empresse. Début de la nuit, le brouillard est tombé, quand tout à coup, la proue d'un charbonnier. Sortant de la brume, est venu le happer. Moins d'un quart d'heure, le navire a sombré. La mer vient toujours chercher les hommes qui voudraient la dompter. Dans la nuit, parfois elle se dresse, comme le soir où elle a pris l'empresse. Le 28e jour de mai, plus de 1000 âmes, la mer a emporté.
drunken sailor. She will do with the drunken sailor all night into morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises all night into morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises all night into morning. She was belly with a rusted razor, his belly with a rusted razor, his belly with a rusted razor all night into morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises all night into morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises all night into morning. Soda, with a bow with a captain soda, with a bow with a captain soda, all night into morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, all night into morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, all night into morning. That's what you do with the drunken sailor. That's what you do with the drunken sailor. What you do with the drunken sailor, all night into morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, all night into morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, all night into morning.
I was a going home to Cork and Kerry Mountain. I saw the Captain Farrell on his money he was counting. I first products my pistol, and then products my rapier. He say he stand and deliver, under the film it take ya. I shall never do the I found an idiot, I found an idiot, the whiskey in the jar. I took it off his money, and it was a pretty penny. I took it off his money, and the rookie of the money. She's well done, she love me, and she never she leave me. But done a little thing, such a man from she wake me. Hey, Mary, I want the morning chamber. They take my money and give me news and dancer. 4, 6, or maybe 7. He went in Captain Farrell. He jumped on my pistol and jumped in with his spot. Marrow, it's a ring of a loot. Run for the daddy old. Run for the daddy old. The whiskey in the jar. It's a ring of a loot. Run for
In the year of our Lord 1806, we set sail for the Cove of Cork. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks to the Grand City Hall in New York. We'd an elegant craft, it was rigged fore and aft, and how the trade winds drove her. She had several masts, and she stood several blasts, and they called her the Irish Rover.
So fare thee well, my pretty little girl, I must sail away. So fare thee well, my pretty little girl, I must sail away.
There was Barney McGee from the banks of the Lee. There was Hogan from County Tyrone. There was Johnny McGurk, who was scarce stiff of work, and a chap from Westmeath named Malone. And there was Slugger O'Toole, who was drunk as a rule, and Fighting Bill Tracy from Dover. And young man Chris McCann from the banks of the Bann was the skipper of the Irish Rover.
So fare thee well, my pretty little girl, I must sail away. So fare thee well, my pretty little girl, I must sail away. Here we go!
We had sailed several weeks when the measles broke out, and our ship lost its way in the fog.
Oh my God!
And the whole of the crew was reduced down to two, with myself and the captain's old dog. Well, the ship struck a rock, oh Lord, what a shock, and nearly tumbled over. But 9 times around, and that poor old dog was drowned. I'm the last of the Irish Rover.
So fare thee well, my pretty little girl, I must sail away. So fare thee well, my pretty little girl, I must sail away. So fare thee well, my pretty little girl, I must sail away. So fare thee well, my pretty little girl, I must sail, I must sail away. 1, 2, 3.
We gathered up the lads, 53 of us or more. We were harder than the barrel of a gun. We kissed our darling mother, drank a drop of something pure. Our chances of survival seemed to none. Well, the odds were stacked against us in a fight we couldn't win. The enemy began to have us worried. Quivering hearts and legs, we were more than quite a few. So down to the pub for a drop of liquid courage. Over the hills and far away, we're bound for glory or shame. Hoping to live just one more day. Here's to the luck of the Irish. To our impending victory, and another to the ladies we will win. Then O'Driscoll told a story, and O'Connell had a song, and O'Gara played the fiddle, and we all joined in. Someone threw a bottle and it landed on me head. I thumped him on the ear, put me boot to his behind, and the ruction did begin, and we all fought and bled. Over the hill or shame. Hoping to live just one more day. Here's to the luck of the Irish. Well, the enemy arrived at the least 4 or 5, and they found us in a horizontal state. And on that very day they locked us all away. But the worst of it to think, as we're rotten in the clink, is we can't get a bloody thing to drink. No, we can't get a bloody thing to drink. Over the hills and far away, bound for glory or shame. Hoping to live just one more day, a curse on the luck of the Irish. Over the hills and far away, bound for glory or shame. Hoping to live just one more day, a curse on the luck of the Irish.
old songs and old stories, they keep us alive. Without our past, we would never survive. I am my island is me. So you know what you can do if you don't like what you see. Kiss me, I'm Irish, I am the wild rover. My eyes, they are smiling, and I'm seldom sober. I like my whiskey, and I love to dance. So if you're feeling as lucky as me, take a chance and kiss me, I'm Irish. My heart beats a jig, and me blood it flows green. I've been a rogue and a rambler from ocean to sea, and I like a bevy, now and then, that I'll never deny. But I only drink on the days of the week that end with a Y. I'm no saint, I'm no sinner, of that there's no doubt. I'll tell you the truth, I am the one that your grandmother warned you about. Kiss me, I'm Irish, I am the wild rover. My eyes, they are smiling, and I'm seldom sober. I like my whiskey, and I love to dance. So if you're feeling as lucky as me, take a chance and kiss me, I'm Irish. Dublin, Milwaukee, Cleveland and Cork, Kerry, Chicago, Omaha, New York, Belfast and Boston, Donegal and DC. Raise your glasses and sing, sing, sing with me. Kiss me, I'm Irish, I am the wild rover. My eyes, they are smiling, and I'm seldom sober. I like my whiskey, and I love to dance. So if you're feeling
come in, we'll do the best we can. Come in, bring your whole bloody clan. Take it slow and easy and I'll shake you by the hand. Set you down, I'll treat you decent, I'm an Irishman. I travelled east, I travelled west, I rode from town to town. I cut the harvest down in Clare with people of renown. Wherever I went, the welcome mat was always waiting me. So fill your glass along with us and sing All Ireland free. Come in, we'll do the best we can. Come in, bring your whole bloody clan. Take it slow and easy and I'll shake you by the hand. Set you down, I'll treat you decent, I'm an Irishman. When I am gone some other place, my memories growing dim. Just fill your glass and drink a toast and bind the Colleen's in. Then think about the good old times and you'll remember me. When good old songs are roaring out and pour they're flowing free. Come in, we'll do the best we can. Come in, bring your whole bloody clan. Take it slow and easy and I'll shake you by the hand. Set you down, I'll treat you decent, I'm an Irishman. Come in, we'll do the best we can. Come in, bring your whole bloody clan. Take it slow and easy and I'll shake you by the hand. Set you down, I'll treat you decent, I'm an Irishman.
Tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls I love. They pull my hair, they steal my comb, but I don't care till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a cotton 1, 2, 3, oh won't you tell me who is she? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls I love. They pull my hair, they steal my comb, but I don't care till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a cotton 1, 2, 3, oh won't you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock on the door and ringing the bell, saying, oh my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers, bells on her toes. Oh, Jenny Murray says she'll die if she doesn't get the fella with the robot eye. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a cotton 1, 2, 3, oh won't you tell me who is she? There's a wind in the rain and the hail blow high, the snow come pouring from the sky. She's as nice as apple pie, she'll get her own left by the by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell her ma when she goes home. Let the fellas come as they will, for it's Albert Mooney she loves still. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's caught in 1, 2, 3, oh won't you tell me who is she? She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's caught in 1, 2, 3, oh won't you tell me who is she? She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's caught in 1, 2, 3, oh won't you tell me who is she?
I once loved the flower of Kilkenny, and a beautiful creature was she. I loved her far better than any, and I know that young darling loved me. She's the beautiful flower of Kilkenny. Shall I gaze on her fair face no more? I've roamed through the world and seen many, but there's none like my Eileen Store. I remember the first time I met her, and I thought that her heart I'd pursue. And no man could have felt any better when she swore she would always be true. She's the beautiful flower of Kilkenny. Shall I gaze on her fair face no more? I've roamed through the world and seen many, but there's none like my Eileen Store.
When she left me, she gave me a token, and that was an outburst of tears, and the words that were generally spoken, they remained in my memory for years. She's the beautiful flower of Kilkenny. Shall I gaze on her fair face no more? I've roamed through the world and seen many, but there's none like my Eileen's store. For this was the last of the tokens that she gave with a fond loving will, and the words that were generally spoken, they remain in my memory still. She's the beautiful flower of Kilkenny. Shall I gaze on her fair face no more? I've roamed through the world and seen many, but there's none like my Eileen's store. She's the beautiful flower of Kilkenny. Shall I gaze on her fair face no more? I've roamed through the world and seen many, but there's none like my Eileen's store. She's the beautiful flower of Kilkenny. Shall I gaze on her fair face no more? I've roamed through the world and seen many, but there's none like my Eileen's store.
A long time ago, way back in history, when the only drinks were cups of bitter tea, along came a man whose name was Charlie Mops, and he made a drink and made it out of hops. In every drinking place, your local pub as well, one thing is sure is Charlie's beer they sell. For all you girls and boys, for just a second stop, and with your glasses high, remember Charlie Mops. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. He must have been a lord, a captain or a king, and his praises high we shall always sing. Look what he's done, he's filled us up with cheers. Tons of Charlie Mops for inventing beer, 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 tiddly beer, 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 beer. A good barrel of malt, you stir it with a stick, the kind of tasty oil to make your engine tick. 20 pints a day will keep away the quacks. It's less than $10 and less than 1 in tax. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. He must have been a lord, a captain or a king, and his praises high we shall always sing. Look what he's done, he's filled us up with cheers. Tons of Charlie Mops for inventing beer, 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 tiddly beer, 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 beer. I hope you had your fill tonight, my good friends. Though this night is late, thirst never ends. And when your throat is dry and your need is strong, remember Charlie Mops and sing this merry song. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. He must have been a lord, a captain or a king, and his praises high we shall always sing. Look what is done, it's filled us up with cheers. Tons of Charlie Mops for inventing beer. He must have been a lord, a captain or a king, and his praises high we shall always sing. Look what is done, it's filled us up with cheers. Tons of Charlie Mops for inventing beer, 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 tiddly beer, 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 tiddly beer, 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 tiddly beer, 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 beer. One more time. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. He must have been a lord, a captain or a king, and his praises high we shall always sing. Look what is done, it's filled us up with cheers. Tons of Charlie Mops for inventing beer. Oh, he must have been a lord, a captain or a king, and his praises high we shall always sing. Look what is done, it's filled us up with cheers. Tons of Charlie Mops for inventing beer, 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 tiddly beer, 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 tiddly beer, 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 tiddly beer, 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 beer.
In 1803 we sailed out to sea, out from the sweet town of Kerry, for Australia bound if we didn't all drown. The marks of our feathers we carry. In our rusty iron shades we cried for our wings. Our good women we left in sorrow. As the mainsails unfurled, our curses we hurled on the English and thoughts of tomorrow. Oh, oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Back home in Derry.
At the mouth of the foil bade farewell to the soil, as down below decks we were lying. But Doherty's screen woken out of a dream by a vision of bolt Robert dying. The sun burns true, last we dished out the gruel. O'Connor was down with a fever. 60 rebels a day bound for Botany Bay. How many will reach their receiver? Oh, oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, oh, I wish I was back home in Derry.
Down to hell as our bowfolks swell. Our ship danced like a moth in the firelight. White horses rode high as the devil passed by, taking souls to Hades by twilight. 5 weeks out to sea, we were now 43. We buried our comrades each morning. In our own slime we were lost in the time. Endless night without dawning. Oh, oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, oh, I wish I was back home in Derry.
proclaim it is war, and the gun makes the law. Neither in nor in caps for bravery. 20 years have gone by, offended my bones. My comrades' ghosts walk behind me. A rebel I came, I'm still the same. On the cold winds of night you will find me.
is the life of man. It's been that way since the world began. Well, I like whiskey hot and strong, and I'll drink whiskey all night long. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, up aloft this yard must go. John, rise her up from down below. Well, whiskey here and whiskey there. Well, whiskey almost anywhere. Well, whiskey up and whiskey down, and whiskey all around the town. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, up aloft this yard must go. John, rise her up from down below. Some likes whiskey, some likes beer. Well, I wish I had a barrel here. Oh, whiskey straight and whiskey strong. For your whiskey I'll sing a song. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, up aloft this yard must go. John, rise her up from down below. If whiskey was a river and I could swim, well, I'd say here goes and dive right in. If whiskey was a river and I was a duck, well, I'd dive to the bottom and never come up. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, up aloft this yard must go. John, rise her up from down below. Well, if whiskey comes too near my nose, well, I tip it up and down she goes. I wish I knew where whiskey grew. I'd eat the leaves and branches too. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, up aloft this yard must go. John, rise her up from down below.
Straits of Japan, since we left our good country a long time ago. We've seen treasures plenty and the promised land, but we're glad to be bound for the Ireland we know. We'll cross the seas till we reach Kinsale, then round the south to the shores of Dunglow. By the blessings of the Alma, our travels won't fail. We've a fortnight until back to Ireland. To Ireland we'll go. We'll pass by the Shetlands and the Stornoway Sound when we head for our country from a long time ago. We'll sail the North Channel as we're Galway bound. We've 2 ports until back to Ireland we'll go. We'll cross the seas till we reach Kinsale, then round the south to the shores of Dunglow. By the blessings of the Alma, our travels won't fail. We've a fortnight until back to Ireland. To Ireland we'll go. We'll fold up the mainsail and take down the mast when we come to our country from a long time ago. We're hoping our ale and our spirits to last. We've Two seas unto back to Ireland we'll go. We'll cross the seas till we reach Kinsale, then round us down to the shores of Dunglow. By the blessings of the hour, our travels won't fail. We've a fortnight until back to Ireland. To Ireland we'll go. Well, no more the sea spray shall tangle my hair when I'm back in my country from a long time ago. But I know I'll soon long for the smell of salt air, and away from my homeland, from Ireland we'll go. Then we'll cross the seas till we reach the seas, and round us down to the shores of Dunrow. By the blessings of the hour, our travels won't fail. We've a fortnight until back to Ireland. To Ireland we'll go. Oh, we'll cross the seas, we'll reach, then round us down to the shores of Dunglow. By the blessings of the hour, our travels won't fail. We've a fortnight until back to Ireland. To Ireland. To Ireland. To Ireland we'll go.
In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone, as she wheeled her wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, and sure it was no wonder, for so were her mother and father before. They each wheeled their barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She pushes her barrow through streets broad and narrow. The barrow is narrow, her hips are too wide. Whenever she wheels it, the neighborhood feels it. Her girdle keeps brushing the homes on each side. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost weaves a barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. She wheeled her wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
One evening of late as I rambled on the banks of that clear purling stream, I sat down on a bed of primroses, and I gently fell into a dream. I dreamed I beheld a fair female her equal I had ne'er seen before, as she sighed for the wrongs of her country, as she strayed along Erin's green shore. I went to her and I quickly addressed her. Fair maid, will you tell me your name, and why through this wild wooded country, in the midst of these dangers you came? I'm a daughter of Daniel O'Connell, and from England I have lately come more. I have come to awaken my brethren, who slumber on Erin's green shore. Her eyes were like two sparkling diamonds, or the stars of a bright frosty night. Her cheeks were like two blooming roses, and her teeth of the ivory so white. She resembled a goddess of freedom, and green was the mantle she wore, bound round with the shamrock and roses, as she strayed along Erin's green shore. In transports of joy I awoke then, and found I had been in a dream. For this beautiful damsel had fled me, and I longed for to slumber again. May the heavens above be her guardian, for I know I shall see her no more. May the sunbeams of glory shine o'er her, as she strays along Erin's green shore.
In the merry months of June, from me home I started, left the girl of June. Nearly broken hearted, I looked at father dear. Kiss me darling mother, drank a pint of beer. Me grief and tears too small than enough to rip the cone. Leave where I was born, cut the stop black home to banish ghosts and goblins. A brand new pair of brogues, writing over the brogues, frightening all the dogs. On the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the hare and turning down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin. What for Lorry in moon and gold at night, I rest and limbs so rare, started by the light, my spirits bright, and then we took a drop of the pure. Keep me heart from sinking, that's the body's cure. Whenever he's on for drinking to see the lassie smile, laughing all the while at me curious style. To set your heart to bubbling and ask if I was hired. Wages I regret till I was nearly tired. On the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the hare and turning down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin. What for Lolly in Dublin next to right, I thought it's such a pity to be so soon deprived. The view of that fine city, well then I took a stroll. All among the quality bundle it was stolen in the little locality. Something crossed me mind when I looked behind. But I could not find upon me stick a wobbling and crying for the road. Send me on up road, wasn't much in gold. On the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the hare and turning down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin. What for Lolly From there I got away, me spirits never fairly landing on the quay. Just as the ship was sailing, the captain at me row said that all who had it when I jumped aboard the cabin. Fun for body down among the peaks, made some funny rigs, then some hardy cheese. The water on me bubbling when I fall head. Wish myself was dead, a bed on the forest land. On the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the hare and turning down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin. What for Lolly the boys are fever cool. When we safely landed, called myself a fool. I could no longer stand it, blood began to boil. Temper I was losing for her every side. They began beating around me so since I she lay the alley flight. Cold when months of night, so I was a humbling ways and all her way. Strong in your flame, we couldn't keep away. For the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the hare and turning down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin. What for Lolly Rock? And the hare and turning down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin. What for Lolly Rock? What for Lolly Rock? What for Lolly Rock?
on yonder hill. 'Tis there I'd sit and cry my fill until every tear would turn a mill. Iskoje to a warning's land. Shul, shul, shularun, shul go sakirag, shul go gyun, shul go darasag selilam. Iskoje to a warning's land. I'll sell my rock, I'll sell my reel, I'll sell my only spinning wheel to buy my love a sword of steel. Iskoje to a warning's land. Shul, shul, shularun, shul go sakirag, shul go kyun, shul go darasag selilam. Iskoje to a warning's land. I'll dye my petticoats, I'll dye them red, and round the world I'll beg my bread until my parents shall wish me dead. Iskoje to a warning's land. Shul, shul, shularun, shul go sakirag, shul go kyun, shul go darasag selilam. Iskoje to a warning's land. I wish in vain. I wish I had my heart again, and vainly think I'd not complain. Iskoje to a warning's land. Shul, shul, shularun, shul go sakirag, shul go kyun, shul go darasag selilam. Iskoje to a warning's land. But now my love has gone to France to try his fortune to advance. If he e'er comes back, 'tis but a chance. Iskoje to a warning's land. Shul, shul, shularun, shul go sakirag, shul go kyun, shul go darasag selilam. Iskoje to a warning's land.
as I came down to Port Law. I walked into a dimly pub and suddenly I saw the cheeks, they were so rosy and golden was her hair. She had to be an Irish girl cause she looked so goddamn fair. She took me by her lovely hand and whispered in my ear, I'll guide you up to heaven if you'll order me a beer. Seconds later I found myself beside this pretty lass, wanting thoughts in my head and a nail in my glass. Hey dear, come on, won't you spend another two? One for me and one for you. The truth is she will fill you up and ask you to pay. But I read my mind and say fuck off, cause that's my Irish way. A little drunk, I went to take a piss. When I came back I saw two girls having a French kiss. The girls they waved me nearer, could this really be? The Irish way is finally dawning on me. When we drank the final pint, the girls asked me to pay. They promised me to meet outside at Lower Castle's Way. When they left I took the bill, the girls have set me up. They left me with an empty purse and sick to the gut. Hey dear, come on, won't you spend another two? One for me and one for you. The truth is she will fill you up and ask you to pay. But I read my mind and say fuck off, cause that's my Irish way.
Was the landlords that drove us from Ireland. The high rents were our prison walls. Then the famine came around and blackened the ground, and the auctioneer's hammer did fall. Farewell to the ones I adore, and the land I will see nevermore. For I'm saying goodbye with a tear in me eye to the dear little Shamrock shore. Her ship lies in Fairderry harbour, to bear safe over the foam. But to Halifax town thy sin will be bound, far away from me native home. Farewell to the ones I adore, and the land I will see nevermore. For I'm saying goodbye with a tear in me eye to the dear little Shamrock shore. Well, they all came to wish me safe journey. The parting still grieves on me mind. Me parents so dear, me friends far and near, and the girl I left behind. Farewell to the ones I adore, and the land I will see nevermore. For I'm saying goodbye with a tear in me eye to the dear little Shamrock shore. There's work to be had if you're able. The new world has treated me fine. With me shovel and spade, I toil at me trade, but riches will never be mine. Farewell to the ones I adore, and the land I will see nevermore. For I'm saying goodbye with a tear in me eye to the dear little Shamrock shore. While rivers still run to the ocean, we birds on feathered wings soar. I will dream of the day when home I will stray to the dear little Shamrock shore. Farewell to the ones I adore, and the land I will see nevermore. For I'm saying goodbye with a tear in me eye to the dear little Shamrock shore. Farewell to the ones I adore, and the land I will see nevermore. For I'm saying goodbye with a tear in me eye to the dear little Shamrock shore, to the dear little Shamrock shore.
sommes montés à bord d'un navire appelé Carrick. Mon mari et mon fils et mes 5 petites filles. De Sligo, nous sommes partis, fuyant des lois tyranniques, essoufflés par la faim, languissant vers grossir. Après plusieurs semaines engourdis dans le navire, la plupart étaient malades et d'autres avaient rendu l'âme. Soudain, le vent se déchaîne, même le ciel qui délire, et comme un tombeau flottant, la mer nous réclame. À Cap des Rosiers, nous avons fait naufrage, mais arrivé de sur les rives, que fait ces marées, je n'ai trouvé. Les jours suivants, les corps échoués firent inhumer sur la plage. Les survivants, c'est à Grosse-Île qu'on nous voulut envoyer. Vois cette berge où reposent de mes filles. Vois la mère qui en garde et qui veille sur les autres. À Grosse-Île, je n'irai pas, elle est ici ma famille. Les vivants comme les morts, amarrés sur la côte. Et si je chante ma vie sur cette terre de Gaspé, entourée de mes enfants, du nouveau monde et de l'ancien, c'est qu'aujourd'hui Sarah McDonald, irlandaise de Gaspé, reverra la